Welcome to Guai Gaming, where we're playing ARK, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be taking my favourite shoulder pet, the otter, and we're going to be seeing if we can get a squadron of otters, 20 to be specific, up to a power level where they can take out a level 1 giga. Let's dive right into it. We're going to be looking at otters starting at level 50 in health and melee, then level 100 in health and melee, then level 150, level 200, and level 250 finally. Each of these otters is going to be imprinted, and they're going to be given the maximum number of levels that I can give them in single player, which is 88 levels. 44 are going to go into health, and 44 are going to go into melee, so we end up with an even stat spread on the otters. 20 otters, fully leveled, fully imprinted, different strengths. Let's see if they can take out a giga. Alright, we are ready to test our first group of otters. Let's send them into battle against this giga. This is the level 50 in each stat, health and melee otter group. They're charging in valiantly. Are they going to be able to cope? They're doing some damage. Let's have a look at the giga's health. They've taken a chunk off it. They're not doing terribly. If the giga keeps spinning... Oh, and there goes the otters. I think he's just stomping them to death at this point. Most of the otters are dead. There seems to be maybe 3, maybe 4 left who are still bravely nibbling at this giga's ankles. Another one has died. The giga doesn't seem to have recovered its health, and I think that's because it isn't biting. The second it bites and catches one of those bodies in its mouth, it is going to fully recover its health. I think, though, they took off more than 14,000 health, and this was the very first group of otters. There's another dead otter. He is just stomping them to death at the moment. He is just walking them to death. More than 15,000 health now. I was not expecting the first group to do quite so well. I think this otter is over-encumbered because it's eaten the corpses of its friends. So that's something we're going to have to remember for the next test to make sure that we turn off their ability to harvest. But he's still going. The giga's given up. The giga's given up. Our 50 stat otter with 47 points into health scared off that giga, and there it goes. This victory most definitely went to the giga. Our second force of otters is prepared, is lined up and ready for battle. These guys are a lot stronger. We're starting with 100 points into melee and 100 points into health this time. These guys are some beefy otters, so let's see what they can do. Immediately charging into battle, as always, the otters are fearless combatants, well known for their ferocity. And the giga's completely ignoring the otters and going for me, which is kind of not good. I'm going to fly away. There we go. We don't want to be disrupting this testing too much, if possible. Giga has lost quite a chunk of its health. I think from now on we are going to fly for these rather than be down on the ground, so hopefully it doesn't target us. If the giga can stop and bite for a second, it will do fine. I think it just needs to get its health back up, but it's struggling. Oh, there goes a bunch of otters. In a couple of bites, they were gone. Yep, that looks like the end for the otters. The giga is focused entirely on me, and there are no more otters left. They took a lot more of its health off this time, though. It's down to below half health. Hello, giga. So there is potentially a chance that the next batch will win. I thought we might have to push all the way up to 250, but maybe 150 in health and melee is enough for the otters to best their gigantic foe. Let's find out. Alright, so this time our otters have 150 points into health, 150 points into melee, they are imprinted, and then they have their levels split evenly between the two, making these by far the most powerful otters I have ever seen. But are they powerful enough? There's only one way to find out. Let's send them into battle. Now, we want to make sure that we are not the target of the Giga's attention this time. Look at them run. The Giga hasn't noticed them at all yet, or maybe this Giga is just scared. Nope, it's ready for a fight. The otters are in. That's a big chunk of damage there that they took. They take a lot of damage before they can even get to the Giga. But now that they're there, look at its health go down. Holy shit. This could go either way. This Giga is doing... Oh, no, no. No. And now it's healed. Oh, they did so well. They were doing so good. They just didn't kill it quite fast enough. That's the issue here. The otters have got to kill the Giga before the Giga starts to heal by consuming the dead flesh of the otter's compatriots. It has to be an all or nothing battle, and unfortunately this time the otters just weren't fast enough. So it's time for 200 points into health and melee. With how quickly the 150 group melted the Giga, 200 points might do it. Let's find out. 200 points into health, 200 points into melee, 44 level ups into each, and an imprinting bonus gives us otters with 2.2k% damage and 6.6k health. They are some beefy otters, but are they beefy enough? This might be the one. If it's not, I'm going to start getting worried about whether or not the otters are even strong enough to do this. The 20 of them are charging in once again. I love their little charging animation. And let's have a look at this Giga's health. It takes no damage until the otters get into position. But then when they do get into position, look at how quickly it's starting to drop. Oh, it just depends on whether or not those otters can survive enough to keep putting out the damage. If he gets 1 or even 2 kills, then it might all be over. There we go. He's got a few kills now, and the health just didn't drop fast enough. I am starting to think that this might be an impossible challenge for the otters. But there is one last experiment to do. There is one last bump of levels we can give to the fluffy little mammals. Maybe they will manage it. Let's find out. This is it, the last hope of the otters. We are on 250 points. I suppose technically we could go up by a couple of points. I think it caps out at 254. But if 250 can't do it, I don't think 254 can do it. 2.7 thousand damage, 8,000 health, and into battle they go. Let's get out of the way. They got in very quickly there. Letting the Giga come to them, I think, made a big difference there. They are absolutely obliterating him. I think they've got it. I think 250 points have got it. They've defeated the Giga, and my god, some of them are really beat up from it, though. 1 or 2 more hits from that Giga, and they would not have survived. Letting the Giga come to them seemed to make a big difference there. But there you go. Otters. With all in-game settings. They're not broken otters. These are otters that you could theoretically achieve in-game. Are capable of beating a Giga. Are they not the most precious little battle creatures you've ever seen? So, I hope that next time you need to collect Giga Hearts for your tributes, you will be using otters to do so. This has been my first video doing something a bit new. I'm probably going to do a few more of these. If you have creature matchups you would like me to test out, please do let me know in the comments. I would be more than happy to take the time to set up those tests. This has been really fun. I think we can call this a victory for the otters. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.